All right, Tim, thanks for joining me. It's great to talk with you, and we're excited to work with you and Catlin Gabel on this important search. And just to get started, tell me a bit about the school, and for someone maybe who doesn't know Catlin Gabel too well, a little bit about its history, its mission, and what the ethos is like on campus there.
Sure, Gabe. Well, thanks very much. We're excited about this important search here at Catlin Gable, and looking forward to the conversations that lie ahead. Catlin Gable is a wonderful progressive independent school, preschool through 12th grade. We've got about 780 students here, about 215 or so employees. We're on a 70-acre campus in beautiful Portland, Oregon. Partly forested, partly facilities, fields, and so forth. We also have a 9-acre educational campus a few blocks away from here that we're in the process of developing as well. So Catlin Gable is a non-sectarian independent day school, co-ed. This year we'll have 50% students of color here in our school, which we're very proud of and worked hard on. And the school's been here on this site since the 1950s or so, and I think has been over those decades, consistently and successfully focused on inspirational, progressive education, which really is built around experiential learning, inquiry-based learning, educating kids for democracy. We really want kids to observe the three primary values of the school: integrity, inclusion, and kindness. And our mission calls on us to prepare them to take responsible action in the world. So it's very much focused on not only academic excellence here, but also on kids applying what they know and can do to make the world a better place and their communities better places. So we're one of just two schools like this in Portland, and I think highly regarded in the area as well as in the state here in Oregon.
That's excellent. And you're obviously a very highly regarded head of school, and you've been a head of school multiple times. So just a little bit about a background on you and kind of what drew you to Catlin Gable around 2014 or so.
Well, first of all, thanks for saying that, Gabe. And then second, I'll say this is my 9th year here at Catlin Gable as the head of the school. Prior to being here, I was the head of New Canaan Country School in New Canaan, Connecticut for 14 years. And then served in various administrative and teaching positions in Philadelphia prior to that. So I'm on my 23rd or so year as a head of school. And I came to Catlin Gable from the East Coast to be at what I thought was a school with impressive vision, courage, a desire to be a national leader in progressive education and in innovative education practices. And had not only the courage, but also the will to actually execute on that. To be a thought leader in this independent school world, and to marshal its resources, its talent, its energies, its focus to really become a model institution in as many ways as we can. So it seemed very much like a place of possibility to me and to my family. And it's also in Portland, Oregon, which is just an awesome place to live. You've got ocean and mountains and rivers and a really fun and engaging, urban life here as well. So it's just a wonderful part of the country and a wonderful school here in Portland.
That's excellent. And I don't know if you have oceans and mountains and rivers on the actual 70-acre campus,
No.
but you have a lot going on there. And with 70 acres and 2 actual physical campuses, really, and lots of things to oversee and to caretake in the operations and finance space. So talk a little bit about kind of what's coming up next, or what are some important priorities for you that this role in particular will be supporting, helping, and allowing the school to grow and flourish in its next chapter.
Thanks, Gabe. Well, I think there are a few key strategic priorities that the board and I have identified that we're working on now and in the years ahead. And one of those certainly is coming out of the pandemic in the last several difficult years in educational institutions, is to recapture that spirit of innovation and being an educational laboratory here. And some of the work we were doing prior to the pandemic in terms of education leadership on a broader scale. we're excited to get back into. That's certainly part of our work. We are as committed as any school, I think, in the country to being an equitable, inclusive institution. So that's a priority for us here in our policies, our programs, our practices, and our behaviors as an institution. That plays out across curriculum, across hiring, across how we're investing resources here at the school to make sure that we are a leader in that area here in Portland, as well as among schools. Excuse me. We're in the process of launching a capital campaign here at the school. We've got some facilities and campus improvement projects in mind that are aspirational for us here that will serve all of our students here at the school. That includes growing the endowment at the school as well here in the years ahead. And then we've got some, I think, some unrealized, exciting opportunities that the new Chief Finance and Operations Officer will be able to help us think about strategically, including how to leverage this asset of a college campus we recently bought up the street to benefit the school here, whether that's in terms of enrollment or expanding programs or footprint here in the Portland region. So there are some exciting project opportunities as well as these strategic priorities as well. And you know, the Chief Finance and Operations Officer is going to be very much in the mix in all those conversations about how we can marshal the resources, you know, to support that vision.
That's great, and I want to get to the CFO in a second. But you know, you talked about a lot of aspiration, and it made me think and realize about, you know, your broader leadership team. You know, I've met several of those folks. I know folks who have been at Catlin Gabel who've gone on to become heads of school. You probably have others who will eventually find that path one day. Talk about just your overall leadership cabinet, what it's like, and sort of the innovative mindsets that you have there, and the style of leadership that you have cultivated over these last several years.
We've got what I think is a very, very talented team. The leadership team here is composed of about 9 folks or so. About half of those are educational leaders here, the division heads, lower school head, middle school head, upper school head, and others. And then, you know, the other half or so are operationals leaders, our advancement director, our enrollment director, et cetera. It's a talented, thoughtful, dynamic team that listens well and collaborates effectively. You know, we don't talk here about the 5 dysfunctions of a team. We talk about the 5 functions of a team. And, you know, we bring that affirmative spirit to our work together here. We value highly bringing a collaborative impulse to the team, communicating effectively and proactively in support of each other and in support of each other's programs, and the thought partnership that's available one-on-one as well as in smaller groups and across the whole team here. We're, I think, a wonderful blend of some folks who are, you know, veterans here at Catlin Gabel, as well as some folks who've arrived in the last couple of years and brought great new energy and great new ideas. So it's a dynamic time in the world. It's a dynamic time and rewarding time to be part of the leadership team here.
And so now let's talk about the next person who is going to come to this dynamic team, and what you're looking for out of the partnership with the next you know, CFOO, in terms of either that relationship that you will have, but also knowing this person is going to work with the board, other members of your leadership team, really be heavily engaged, not just overseeing finance, but also many areas of operations. Big job, exciting job, but ultimately, what are you looking for, and what do you know will make this person successful at Catlin Gabel?
Well, you know, you're right. This is one of the most senior leadership positions at the school. There's no question about that. And I think for folks who can operate on multiple planes, you know, tactical, strategic, execution, you know, this is going to be a great opportunity for folks who want to dig into complex and challenging financial, near-term and long-term financial problem solving and questions and opportunities and solutions. And also at the same time, oversee operations departments, work with, coach, mentor operations managers, and combine all these different activities into a leadership role at the school. It's really, you know, I think, an extraordinary opportunity. We, you know, as the head of the school, there are a couple of other strategic partners I work most closely with: the assistant head of school and the assistant head for enrollment and external relations. the three of us, along with the Chief Finance and Operations Officer, really will be at the heart of thinking strategically about what our goals are going to be for the institution and how we're going to work together as a team to execute on those. And this, as I said before, this is this tends to be a collaborative place where we're going to share ideas and give each other some feedback and work together to come up with solutions. And at that table, that leadership table, the CFOO is a critical player. So what that really means is, we're going to be looking for someone who brings not only the requisite, financial and business expertise and experience, for profit, not for profit, across sectors and different environments, ideally, a deep commitment to and understanding and demonstrable evidence of personal work relative to diversity and equity and inclusion in the institution. It's important the CFOO be a leader in that domain as well. But also a playful, joyful, creative, collaborative mindset. This is K-12 education, Gabe. This needs to be and should be fun. We like to say we take our work seriously. We do not take ourselves too seriously here at Catlin Gabel. And so we want someone who's gonna join the team, step in, enjoy each other's company, enjoy creative, innovative thinking and problem solving, and contributing to the success of these wonderful 780 kids here.
That's excellent. Now, since you brought up fun, I'm inspired to ask, based on what I see behind you. I see a bookshelf with lots of books, and I also see the outdoors. And so talk a little bit. I believe you are passionate about the outdoors. Maybe just give folks a little sense as to what that means to you, but then maybe tie into the bookshelf a couple of books you've read recently that are just speak to who you are, or kind of, your values, or the things that have just really resonated. It could be around education, it could be something else, but just to get a sense into who Tim is as the person.
Well, thank you. I mean, I am passionate about the outdoors. I climb mountains and I spend a lot of time out in nature as much as I can. It's restorative. It's important to me personally and to my family as well. And it was one of the many reasons that drew us to the beautiful Pacific Northwest here. And we get to have it right outside our home, our doorstep, and right outside my window here. Part of what's beautiful about this campus is there's it's sort of a permeable layer between indoors and outdoors here. Every classroom on campus opens to the outdoors. We have acres of Douglas fir forest here and beautiful flora and fauna here on the campus. So kids spend a good amount of time outdoors, learning, as well as in their classrooms learning. That's an important part of the experience here at the school. So I think that the commitment to caring for the world, whether it's people who are suffering from injustice, whether it's folks who need opportunity, whether it's achieving things in society that benefit others, whether it's taking care of nature, whether it's addressing the challenges we face in the world today. That's part of what we want everyone here to be thinking about and working on. As far as books that I've read, there are a variety of books, that we've read in recent years on anti-racism, Blind Spot about implicit biases, others that we've read as a whole community here at Catlin Gabel to help all of us understand each other better and to elicit storytelling here, which really knits communities together. And then, I have recently reread the Good to Great and Great by Choice books, which I had read probably 10 years ago, just to kind of remind myself, particularly as we come out of the pandemic years here, what are some of the ways we want to behave and be as an organization here that are going to be most effective in terms of aligning mission, vision, and values, and then execution. So, again, I think we as a leadership team here try to think very carefully about the behaviors and the culture we're creating here in the organization, as well as the specific activities that we're undertaking. It's important to knit all those together, obviously.
And well said. And I think hopefully this role will knit a lot of things together and be a through line for so much great work that's happening at Catlin Gabel. So appreciate your time, Tim. Thanks so much. And we look forward to working with you on this search.
Me too. Thanks, Gabe.
Yeah.